Hello, my name is TJ Young, and today I'm going to show you how I wrote my new indie pop song, See You Smilin', available everywhere music is streamed.
Smile, even though the world is burning. It's getting hot, but it's still turning. Nothing will be here for.
Alright, so here we are in the project file. As you can see, we've got 52 tracks in total. Pretty big one. So the whole song, let me show you, it started with this guitar lick. I kind of would play this line to myself for a few days. So I played that, and once I had tracked it, I realized that that loop wasn't long enough, and I needed it to be longer, a 4-bar section. So I came up with this. The next thing I did was doubled it up on the piano. And together, so that's the loop, and I also recorded this bell part right here. It sounds like this by itself. So we kind of had this loop, and then the next thing to come in was these drums. So it started with the kick and snare pattern. We got this hi-hat loop. So the drums by themselves, if you want to hear them. This was right as Logic gave their new update, so I messed around with the drum machine designer, loaded in some samples. I also tried out their step sequencer, which is pretty cool. So the drums, I decided they needed a kind of pattern. So once we got the full loop, we've got everything but the bass line with this. So that's where this guy comes in. Oh man. So this bass line was tracked through a Yamaha mixer, an old 12-channel Yamaha mixer that I have. It's an analog. It had an onboard compressor, and I kind of wanted to level that out to make it sound almost like an 808. This is my friend Andrew Pillay tracking this bass. It sounds great. And so together, the whole first verse section sounds like this. So I'll save those vocals for later. Let's go into the pre-chorus section. So this is this is also Andrew Pillay on those guitars. So this was, we kind of changed up the syncopation for the pre-chorus with this part. The chord comes in a little bit sooner, so it's more of like an anticipated. You're right on it. We also have that lo-fi vinyl crackle, just to kind of add some texture. You wouldn't even know about it if I didn't tell you it was there. So that's the pre-chorus, sans vocals, minus the vocals rather, and so now comes in the whole groove, which really the drums and bass kind of stay the same as what they were in the in the verses. We kind of just took them out for the pre-choruses. We added a crash in. So the low end is basically the same in this section. Actually, the bass line is different. So I guess strike whatever I just said. So the drums are basically the same. So the bass line together with the drums, as I'm sure you just heard. So next comes the guitar part. Here we have 4 different guitar takes panned, hard left and hard right. So this is Andrew doing 2 takes. It's just the chords riding them out. So that's Andrew, and then I took a double take of me doing it panned left and right. Really full with 4 guitar takes playing it. So we also have the piano part, which sounds like this. Piano kind of doubles what the guitars are doing with this bell part. So the full chorus sounds like this, sans vocals. So the vocal production on this, we have just 24 tracks of just vocals. So I've got some auto-tune on the main vocals. I've also got an infinity EQ, which is kind of cutting off the low ends and boosting the highs. We got a boost at 3K, and we got another shelf at 4.7, which kind of really adds a lot of top end, a lot of air to my performance, which I really enjoyed. And then I also cut out a lot of that sibilance with a de-esser. Also from Stephen Slate. I got a virtual mixing rack, which kind of has some compressors, a distressor, and an FG401 VCA compressor, along with the tube saturator and this Revival thickness plugin that I love, which actually just has shimmer, which is just adding more top end. I really like the way the brightness comes across in my vocals. Compressed all that, and last but not least, I threw on another EQ. Took out the low ends, cut out some of the low end mud, added another boost at 2K. Pretty wide Q. So the vocals sound like this.
Amber skies, ashes falling down.
So that was me sampling the vocal and running it through a little alter boy, automating it, and also filtering the highs and lows out on the EQ. I'm increasing the drive and I'm lowering the Foreman over the span of the vocal performance.
All I see is chaos all around. Oh, when you hide your face behind the mask, I miss the times I would see you laugh.
So then we go to the pre-chorus.
If we never learned what lies ahead.
Here is the chorus of the song. So we have this main vocal take.
Even though the world is burning, it's getting hot, but it's still turning. And I think we'll be here for a while. I haven't seen you make that face.
I've got that main vocal, and then I've also got these stacked vocals, which kind of add a nice thickness to it, panned hard left and right.
Smile, even though the world is burning.
Which if you hear the pre-chorus into that, it gives it a nice...
We could have a good time instead. Smile, even though the world is burning. It's getting hot, but it's still turning. And I think we'll be here for a while.
We've got that harmony. I think we'll be here for a while.
And I think we'll be here for a while. I haven't seen you make that face, and it feels like 100 days. Just let me see what you've been hiding.
Same thing, little alter boy. I just doubled it, one chorus processed, one that's clean, and I kind of just blended the two of them together.
Oh, I wanna see you smile. Take it off.
So then we go into the second verse, which is kind of more of the same. The way we differentiated it was the second half of the second verse.
Leave it all, just stay.
So we cut out, as you can see, the bass is gone, the piano is muted. It's just the bells, the guitars, and a simplified drum verse. We took out these live hi-hats to kind of give it a little bit of, just kind of let it breathe a little bit during this part. And we have some vocal harmonies as well.
Leave it all, just stand here by your side. We'll adapt. get used to our new life.
And then arrangement-wise, so that's basically the whole pre-chorus.
Leave it all to stand here by your...
Going into the second chorus, we took out the drums and the bass. We just have, and the bells, it's just the piano and the guitar and the lo-fi crackle, similar to the first pre-chorus, but since we cut out that whole part, we just, the first half of the second chorus is thin like the first pre-chorus, and then the second time when it comes in, it gives it way more impact.
Smile, even though the world is burning. It's getting hot, but it's still turning. I think we'll be here for a while. I haven't seen you make that.
It all comes right back in.
And it feels like a...
Okay, so then now we're going to come up to the bridge, which is one of my favorite parts. So we started with these guitars. So the whole time, we've basically been playing nothing but major chords. The song is in E flat major. It's E flat to G to A flat to B flat. So the chorus, I wanted it to go to the minor. I wanted it to go to C minor, which is the 6 in the key of E flat major. So we kind of keep a lot of the same chords, but we just start on the minor, which gives this whole section a different feel. We've got these two guitars panned hard left and right. And we got this one guitar in the middle, which is playing this melody. And then together, I mean, it's just so beautiful the way these all sound. And so I feel like that was so busy, I wanted the pianos to kind of do something just a little more stationary, just to kind of hold the groove down. So I just kind of had them play this which together with the guitars sounds like this. So then we add in the drums, which are different from what we had in the verse and choruses. So we changed up the hi-hats just for the bridge here too. We have it doing the hi-hat rolls every 2 bars, which keeps it grooving, just a nice little variation. And this is personally probably one of my favorite parts of is this bass line right here. Oh, it's so good. So that together with the drums and the guitars and the piano sounds like this. So that's how that goes, and then I'll get into the vocals, which I love this part of the song. So the bridge starts, so here's what the lead vocal is doing.
Going down with the ship, but just to kiss you with bleeding lips. I think that it could be apocalyptic. Oh.
So the double just kind of gives it a nice fullness compared to just a single take. And then I have these harmonies on these moments, which I think are really special.
It could be apocalyptic. Oh.
So then it does the same line again.
I may not see your face, but just in
the double.
case of feeling out of place, I love.
Full chorus.
I love the taste of your lipstick. Whoa.
And that second time we harmonized the woes. The first time we didn't, second time we did, and then the third time is when it just gets crazy. So I'm just going to let this play out. Just the soloed vocals. Just want to let you hear what I did here.
We're going down with the ship, but just to kiss you with bleeding lips. I think that it could be apocalyptic. Smile, even though the world is burning. It's getting hot, but it's still turning. I think we'll be here for a while. I haven't seen you make that face, and it feels like 100 days. Just let me see what you've been hiding. You're hiding. Smile, even though the world it's still turning. Nothing will be
Yes,
here
I love it.
for you.
So and if I'm being honest, what I did here was I just let the chorus go. So the instrumental comes back in at this point. It hits the chorus groove, pretty much the same as you've heard it the whole time. There are some tambourines coming in. On its own didn't sound very good, but regardless, so that kind of really, these vocals, I just let them soar over the loop. I was just kind of, I just kind of tracked them, and I just riffed. I did whatever I felt like, and then we kind of got a few takes of that, and I wanted to just kind of blend them in as ad-libs, and this actually took me quite a while to get them to sound the way that I like them, but I think that it was totally worth the time. So together with the full groove, the full final chorus outro, we also, I forgot, added these electric guitars during the final chorus just to kind of give it a nice grit. Which this tone is just using the Stevens slate. We got a top 30 amp head. We got a yellow distortion pedal, Distort Plus, amp tremolo with a cab simulator. Panned hard left and right, mixed with everything, the whole chorus together sounds like this.
It could be apocalyptic. It's getting hot, but it's still turning. Nothing will be here for I haven't seen you make that face.
I basically shared you the entire process of how I wrote that song. So if you enjoyed that, be sure to leave a like, comment. Let me know if you have any questions with how I did anything. I'd love to help you. If there's any mixing tips I can provide or any questions you have, leave a comment down below. Please feel free, if you liked the song, to check it out on Spotify, iTunes, anywhere music is consumed. See You Smiling is everywhere. My name has been TJ Young, guys. It's been a pleasure. Thanks for checking out. Hope you enjoyed the song. And take care.